Hi, welcome to Block 4, Working in the Cartesian Plane, Lesson 2. In today's lesson, you would learn to identify and draw lines that are parallel to the axis. In your previous lesson, you learned how to work with coordinates in all four quadrants. Before we start, I would like you to pause the video and practice these retrieval practice questions in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered the retrieval practice questions, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So here you were asked, what is the x-coordinate of the point 7, -4? By now, you know that the first value is the x-coordinate and the second value is the y-coordinate. So the answer should be 7. For question 2, you were asked, what is the y-coordinate of this point 5, -3? You know the second number is the y-coordinate. So the answer is -3. Next, we were asked to write a point that has x-coordinate equal to -1. Well, you can write any point, but the first number has to always be -1. We're going to see something similar to this in today's lesson. Here you're asked, write a point that has y-coordinates equal to 0. The y-coordinate will always be 0, so you can write any number, but the y-coordinate will always be 0. Let's do some new learning. If I ask you, what are the coordinates of each point? Well, by now you know how to read coordinates in all four quadrants. So you would say this is -4, 3. You can see it here. We go along to get to this point. We have to go along -4, and then we have to go up 3 to get to this point here. For the next one, you would say it's 0, 3. We don't have to go anywhere to get to this point. We don't have to go anywhere on the x-axis, but we can have to go 3 steps up. So that's 0, 3. For this one, it is 3, 3. So to get to this point, we have to go along 3 and we have to go up 3. So it's 3, 3. But what do you notice about the numbers in the coordinates? Well, the numbers are always having 3 in the y coordinate. So in the y coordinate, in the pair of coordinates, you can see the y is always 3. So at each point, the y coordinate is equal to 3. Y is always 3. And that's the line you get. Interesting, isn't it? What about, what do we have to say about that? Well, we can say y is equal to 3 is a horizontal line that cuts through 3 on the y-axis. So y is equal to 3 means y is always 3. That is always going to be a horizontal line because regardless of any point you pick on that line, y will always be 3. What do you think the graph of y equal to -1 would look like? Well, the graph of y equal to -1 means y will always be -1. So it means you're going to draw a horizontal line that passes through -1 on the y-axis. And that's what the line should look like. Well, to check it, you can pick any points on that line. You would see that y will always be -1. So if we pick that point, we'll see that y is -1 when we read the coordinate of that point. So if we pick that point, we'll see that although x is 2, y is -1. What do you think the graph of x equal to -1 would look like? Well, if you take the knowledge that you learned in drawing the graph of y equal a given number, well, you can apply the same here. X will always be -1. So it means it has to be a vertical line. So if x is always -1, it has to be that line. Okay? X is always going to be -1. So if we were to test it by picking coordinates on the line, we'll see that x is always -1. If you're enjoying learning, make sure you subscribe to the channel and spread the news. Share the video with those you think can benefit. Like the videos. Uh, don't be selfish. By all means, share your great learning with others and the resource you're using to learn. It's now time to practice what you've learned. Pause the video and answer questions 1 and 2 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 1 and 2, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 1, you were asked which statement is correct. Now the x and the y axis are perpendicular to each other. So by now you should know what this word means. Perpendicular means they form an angle of 90 degrees with each other. Here is a blank coordinate grid. You were asked to plot these points and draw lines to join them. Well, when you plot these points, what do you notice? Y is always -3. So we're just going to say y is equal to -3. We call this the equation of this line. And then next we're asked to complete the sentences. All of the y coordinates are -3. They join to make the line y equal -3. Then you are asked to write coordinates of these points that lie on the same line, that lie on the line y equals 8. Well, the x can be any number, but y is always going to be 8. Pause the video and answer questions 3 and 4 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 3 and 4, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So here, for question 3, here is a link. Here is a, blank coordinate grid. And you can see here, you are asked to draw the line x equal to 2 on the grid. Well, the line x equal to 2 means x is always going to be 2. So just draw a vertical line through the number 2. And then next, you are asked to write the coordinates of 3 points that lie on your line. Well, you can write any number. Remember, your line could continue as long up to the sky and down into the earth. So these first numbers could be any number, but the y number could be any number, but the x will always going to be 2. Yeah. And then how do you tell that your line is correct? You can tell because all of the x coordinates are equal to 2. Next, we were asked to write the coordinates of a point on the line x equal to 2 that you cannot see on the grid. And remember what I said, the line could continue infinitely up and down. So this number could even be 1 million. Okay. Next, we were asked to draw the line y equal to 1 on the same grid. So the line y equal to 1 means y is always going to be 1. So you just draw a horizontal line through 1. And next, you were asked to write the coordinates of the point where the lines x equal to 2 and y equal to 1 intercept. Well, where the intercept is here, right here. So you can see to get to this point, you have to go along. Remember, we always start from origin, the 0, the 0, which is the origin. You have to go along 2, and you have to go up 1. So that's the coordinate of the point. Next, you were asked to answer this. The point -5, 9 lies on which of these lines? It lies on these. Okay? Lies on these lines. So y equal to 9. Why? Because y is 9 here. And x is equal to -5 because x is -5 here. Okay, let's look at the second part of our learning. If you're given these lines and you're asked to match them, what do you think? Well, if you think about it, these are equations of the lines. Well, what do you notice about the quadrants? Well, if we start here, we ask which equations belongs to which line. If we start with the red, with that color blue, you can see that this is at the part of the coordinate system where y has to be positive. If you look here, the only value of y that is positive is y equals 17. So we can say that belongs to that line. What about the green? We can see that the green is on the part of the y-axis where the y values are negative. So it's going to have to be y equal to -3 because there is no other equation that has y equal to -3. What about the red? We can see that this is on the part of our coordinate system. You can see the Cartesian plane where x has to be negative. Remember, all the negative values of x are on the left side of the x-axis. So we pick the one that has x negative, it has to be -21. And of course, the last one is that one. You can see that x is positive, so that has to be x equal to 5. It's now time for you to pause the video and answer the rest of the questions to practice what you've learned. Pause the video and answer questions 5 and 6 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 5 and 6, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 5, you are asked the points T, U, and V are shown. And here they are. You're asked to tick the point that satisfy the statements in the table. So here you ask, above y equals 4, so it has to be U, okay? So the line that should be y above, if it's above y equals 4, it has to be U. Why? You can see here the y value is 5, so it has to be above 4. And then left of x equal to -1 has to be this one. You can see x is -2 here, so it has to be left of x equal -1 because -1 will have to be here before -2. And then, of course, the last answer below y equals 0.5, that has to be v. You can see if it's below y equals 0.5, because you can see here y is 0. So this point here, y is 0. So if it has to be below y equals 0.5, y equals 0.5 must be positive, which is above 0. Next, you were asked to, you were given these, show these lines. You were asked to answer which two lines are parallel to each other, A and B. You can see them here, parallel to each other. Parallel means they won't meet. And then if you keep extending them left or right, and then you're asked which line is parallel to the y-axis is C. You can see it here. And then what is the equation of the line A? The equation of the line A is y equals -5. And you can see it here. Okay, so counting the grids, you can see it's y equals -5. How do we know? Is by looking at the scale. Okay. All right, it's by looking at the scale. You can see from 0 to 10, and then this is 0 to -10. So halfway has to be -5. And then x, okay, you're asked what is the equation of the line C. You can see the line C has to be x equal to 5. So you can see 0 to 10, halfway should be x equal to 5. Pause the video and answer questions 7 and 8 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 7 and 8, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 7, you are asked, which of these lines are parallel to the x-axis? So for a line to be parallel to the x-axis, if we were to look at this line, you can see that it's telling us that y is equal to 6. So the line y equal to 6 will have to be a horizontal line that goes through the number 6 on the y-axis. And then here, if we had to simplify this, you would see that this would be y equal to 2/6, because if we were to solve and make y the subject, we'll have to divide both sides by 6, which means, so I want to do a bit of writing. So if we divide, okay, if we divide both sides by 6, okay, so y will be equal to 2/6. So it doesn't matter even if the answer is a fraction, that will be 1/3, of course. If the value of y will always be 1/3, it means the line has to be horizontal, so which will be parallel to the x-axis. And it's the same here. If we were to solve this equation, y will be equal to a number. It doesn't matter whether it's a decimal. If we keep drawing that line, it will be horizontal to the parallel to the x-axis. And of course, horizontal. Horizontal means going like that. Vertical means like this, up and down. Horizontal is left to right. Next, we're asked to plot these points on the grid, and here is what you get. And then next, you're asked to write the equation of the two lines of symmetry of the rectangle. So the two lines of symmetry would be this line here, x equal to 3, and this line here, y equal to -1. Next, you are asked what are the coordinates of the center of the rectangle? So the center of the rectangle is right here. You can see to get here to this point, we have to go along 3 and we have to go down -1, okay? And that brings us to the end of our lesson. So in this lesson, you have learned how to draw lines that are parallel to the x and y coordinates. Until next time, look after yourself and bye-bye.